Damn, that's sexy. Half of this journey is just figuring out what the heck is Kris wearing. Temmie gave me something to work with, but if we're being honest, like, there's a dress and then there's not a dress. Like, what's happening here? It is a chill Wednesday, and for the first time in I don't know how long, I have nothing to do. So we are going to finish Lightners live today. Or at least the sketch. We're going to try to get real close. I'm going to hopefully have everything finalized and ready to go by the end of the session. So welcome to hopefully the end of the sketch phase, and next time, starting line art. Woo! We're going to actually go to Lightners Live first. I'm going to finish Lightners Live and then come back to Snowgrave. So if you're wondering, Snowgrave's on hold for a moment. I'm just going to pause, get as much as I can done with Lightners Live for the contest, and then after that we can come back, circle around, and see where we're at. Might actually start Tenna next, and I think I might just push Snowgrave a little closer to December. We'll see, because that one's going to take me a while. I want to be really, really detailed and take my surgical time with it, on par with the cage level. So I want to take some time with that one. But this is actually my second attempt at trying to do this draw with me. I did a very rushed, sleepy session last night. And there is a version of their jacket, and it's kind of coming along, though I think I'm honestly just going to start over. I think I'm going to scrap it, because I'm in love with the base sketch of Kris. I really like how that's coming along. But the jacket I did last night, again, I was real EP, kind of takes away some of that energy, and we want to keep that power going, that zing, and that guitar string as much as we can. Not to mention 90% of it was basically unusable because cat. Oh, now you've done it. Oh boy. I'm supposed to work in these conditions? No, you're not allowed to leave right now. You're stuck in my lap. You're my victim. Your breath stinks. I was trying to corral Pepper, so he's asleep right now. Children are asleep, so here's hopefully a nice and calm and quiet, relaxing draw with me as I draw very energetic and not calm imagery. I think we're gonna start over with Kris's jacket. There's definitely hair that needs to be done for Kris, and then for everyone else, Susie's basically done. I might go in and just add a little more volume to her hair just to make it make more sense, because it's just a blob right now. Before I add line art, I want to actually know what I'm going to draw. And then Ralse, he just needs a jacket and some pants, and that's about it. And whatever the heck this front tux thing is. Little fluffy ruffle thing. So yeah, other than that though, Kris is the main task today. Let's finish them. And I'll feel really good if we can get that done. So yeah, let's start with their hair. That is probably the thing that's going to take the most energy and time. Looking at jackets, looking at Persona 5 imagery, I think that's where we're going for this, which is going to be primarily color and black or dark shading. So in a way, I'm excited because this picture is going to be nuts, but I think technically it's going to be less. I'm not going to go as in depth with the line art for this, because I'm going to go more nuts with texture. You'll see. You'll see. This one's going to be fun. We'll also see how much I can salvage inside, because as you can see, the sketch file is massive. I usually don't want to delete anything because it just feels destructive to erase things. So until I have the sketch finalized, I don't delete any layers. And there's just like tons of junk in here. So the memory is like, you can't probably see it because my face is covering it, but it's 81 out of 100%. So if I add too many layers, it probably will get overtaxed and start crashing. So I'm gonna try to contain it, but yeah. Once the sketch is done, I can flatten it, and then that becomes the base for the line art and everything. But while I'm sketching, it's just nuts right now. Don't try to make sense of this. Bald Kris, no more. Be gone with you. Their hair's a lot fluffier here. Nice. Okay. And now for the coup de resistance. Where's the part? Out there. Yeah. That's looking sick. Cool. Actually, make a new layer and build on that. I know I said I wouldn't make a million layers. I lied, clearly. Damn, that's sexy. I wasn't recording! Oh, well. I guess the good stuff happens now. Shucks. I wanted to give them a nose, but Deltarune says no nose. So they don't get one. If we put the red back in, their eye, when it's colored, almost looks calmer. I want them to be freaking out. They're not in control. They're not playing the guitar. Yeah, there we go. What if I get rid of the eye shine? White pupil, maybe. We shall see. Half of this journey is just figuring out what the heck is Kris wearing. I love this game so much, but the sprites only give me so much to work with. That's half of the joy, though, is taking these pixel designs and trying to blow them up into full-on, full-resolution designs. That's my job. At least I've dubbed it my job. So Temmie gave me something to work with, but if we're being honest, like, there's a dress, and then there's not a dress. Like, what's happening here? Toby, have consistency in your art. It drives me insane. So I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on. Their jacket looks amazing in sprite form. I think this is like a ruffle dress, and I kind of saw piano keys when I looked at this. I'm like, ooh, that'll be fun. We're not going to probably do super textured stuff. It'll be very richly patterned and stuff. It's not going to... It won't make sense until you see it. I can't try to talk it through. But Persona-esque. Persona 5 specifically. But yeah, there's just a little sometimes like details where it's like they're wearing sleeves here, and then Temmie's drawing is not, which is also just fun. Like, that's an artist interpretation, so I can't be mad at Temmie. I don't envy her job. She has so much art to make. But man, oh man, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go off of the sprites. I'm going off of the sprites. Love you, Tem, but I'm sticking to the game. Anyway, pretty sure Temmie works on sprites too, right? I'm assuming. Oh, almost time for a water break, which I just took one. I'm not standing up only because I just sat down after 30 minutes of working out, taking a shower, and cooking. I'm tired. But I will try to for the next one. My rule of thumb is if I'm really, really eepy sleepy, I'm going to let a full session go by and then I stand up at the hour mark. That's my justification for cheating. You should still stand if you can, but I'm lazy, sorry. If I want to potentially flesh that out further, I will. I might lower the opacity of this and blur everything and then go back in with another pencil brush just to get the inside details. But for now, that's at least hair. I can see it at a glance. Let's now put on your clothes, honey. So here's the thing that I was confused by mainly. Their jacket, the first version I had is fine, but I feel more energy going this way. As in, I want to contrast like this end shape that Kris is, that I kind of had them make unconsciously, is like the line of action is going down. This zigzag is what I'm feeling. So I'm going to try to channel that as if the coat is going away from them, and then it'll drape down from there. Everything else will follow that line. Not to mention the guitar pick is going to have like a pink streak coming off it, so I want to also follow that too. Oh, that's another thing I should mention. I didn't do it for this session, but I guess in future Draw With Me's, if I do mention this, sometimes what helps me get into the zone, I didn't mention it in the blank page drawing when I was starting Snowgrave, and I didn't talk at all for the opening of this one, but another thing that I like to do for really dynamic poses, if I'm trying to get a very strong sense of movement, I do not animate. But I respect the hell out of animators. I really do. And what I'll often do is I'll watch, I'm a 90s kid. I grew up watching AMVs, old school AMVs on YouTube. That's honestly, I think how YouTube that's how I started Speed Paints, which is just drawings that are films that kind of turn into AMVs. They animate to music. So anyway, but what I'll do is I'll watch like some Sakuga, some Japanese anime, like really crisp, clean, very action-packed animation right before. So as I'm looking, when I close my eyes and I listen to music, I'm like seeing the characters moving, and then I capture like a still frame of the most action-based shot I can see in my head, whatever has the most animation. So that's ultimately why I changed the snowgrave picture, because it was just very static and head-on, and I feel like the down angle is a little more dynamic, so it makes it a little more intense. So I don't know. That might just be a me thing. I've been told that is not the case for everyone. I think I might have synesthesia. I don't know. I might be one of those freaks that just sees things with music. I don't know. But as far as I can explain, I see things when I'm closing my eyes and listening to music. And after lots and lots of training and practice and working on my skills as an artist with anatomy and 3D, I can kind of somehow translate what I'm seeing in my brain to the canvas. But to give, I guess, some context to, before I pose anything, I look at other people moving a character, and animation helps me pose later. Would really love to try animation. It's gonna definitely be a challenge. I would hate it, drawing multiple frames of the same thing slightly moving. But if you're an animator, you're gonna be really, really good at posing characters. So anyway, hopefully that helped. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Carry on. Take a sip of water. What the heck is Kris wearing? It's fabulous, but what is it? Time to find a jacket as close to the equivalent as possible. I guess this. Something like that. I almost kind of think it's that reflective, I can't remember the name of it, but like that rainbow foil texture, where it's like highly reflective. The whole point of this thumbnail was to kind of help me give me a rough understanding of what is going on before I actually detail. Still don't know. Oh, there's a Mochi bear. Say hello. Oh, sorry. You let me draw a daughter? Yeah. Oh, Mochi bridge is going down. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Hey, cutie. Oh, gross. Oh, Moch. My daughter, when she is very comfortable, she starts drooling. I'm honored that you're comfy, honey. It's like the equivalent of purring, but she just starts leaking all over my blanket that I just washed. Thanks, Moch. Oh. Ugh. Be grateful you can't see it close up enough to see all that. It's delightful that you're this comfortable. I'm glad. Then you put your paw down on your puddle and got wet and you didn't like it. Drip, drip. Is that anybody else? Anybody else have cats or pets that just leak when they're happy? Or hopefully not in other circumstances. Gross. But I'd rather be your mouth and not your bottom. That's fine. For anybody curious, FYI, I do weekly Danganronpa streams with a friend of mine named Punkany on Twitch, and we're currently going through V3, trying to play the rest of Danganronpa before 2x2 comes out. So, if you're curious, I'll flash her link up here. Punkany, every Wednesday at 7:30. Come see Unhinged Crystal Kokam if you want to hang out. Give her some subscribers, she needs more. It's the back and forth duality of I love Kokichi and she cannot stand him. I like the jacket angle, but something feels off, and it's probably because the transition to tail coat and actual jacket coat is not clear. So what's unclear about that? Oh, Kris, I don't understand your coat. This is where the silhouette is failing me, because there's layers. That's why it's not helping. I just need to find the outside. Everything's going to be layered. Technically, this angle contradicts where their shoulder placement would be. It would be the other way. But I did a back and forth, and I like this dynamic energy more. But the question remains, do I want reality or do I want power? I want power for this. Doesn't have to make sense to be cool. Alright, so I guess, let's see. Let's do the deed. I'm going to go in Photoshop and flatten these out so I can actually place them, and then once I see how everything fits together, we can finalize details. Oh my god! Kris showing some leg! Oh no! I don't know if I want to put Kris in skimpy booty shorts, but I'm having fun, chat. Oh dear.